So I'm going to share with you all the food that I'm eating today, how I make it, and the general portion sizes that I eat. I am a paleo based eater. That's because I cannot eat gluten, well, wheat, and I don't have dairy because it makes me feel very sick. I did do a food sensitivity test a couple weeks ago now, and it did come back that I can't have wheat and I can't have dairy, which is what I was kind of eating without anyway. And I generally shouldn't have beef either. That sets me off a little bit as well. So this is a what I eat in a day, a paleo based eating. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So for my lunch, I decided to make a spicy chicken salad, and this is just off the Sarah Stays Sunny app, but it is one of my favorite recipes ever. So I just have half a teaspoon of onion powder and a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic powder. I think I halved this recipe, so the normal amount is 1 teaspoon of onion and half a teaspoon of garlic, but I only did half the chicken, so I halved the recipe. And then I used 1 teaspoon of a Hungarian style sweet paprika. I love the flavour that this brings to the chicken. It just tastes amazing. So I just put all those into a little jug and mix them up with some salt. Apparently this actually isn't in the recipe, but salt is always good, and if you ask any of my family, I'm always like, have you put salt in it? Because I just think salt is the bringer of all tastes, and if it's bland, add salt, it won't be bland for much longer. So I just mixed all that together. It does turn red, of course, because of the paprika, so don't worry if it's like all red. And don't taste it, please. I tried that and it was very strong. You have to wait until you cook it. So then I just grabbed 1 defrosted chicken breast. I defrosted mine in the microwave because I totally forgot that I was making this and I had to defrost it in a hurry. And you just slice it as if you're making chicken schnitzel. Well, at least this is how I make chicken schnitzel, but just slice it into 3 thin layers so that it doesn't take so long to cook and that you have more surface with the seasoning on it. I cut off all the fatty bits and all the bits that I'm not the biggest fan of. If you are a fan of those, I'm not sure who would be, but if you are a fan of those, keep them on and don't worry about trimming it. But just try and make sure that it's all even and all as flat as you can get it, because the thicker it is, of course, the longer it cooks, longer it takes to cook, and you want this quick because it's a quick lunch idea. Then you just grab a teaspoon or some spoony utensil. I was just using one of the measuring spoons because it already had the onion and garlic powder on it, so I just wanted to reuse it. And you just get some of the seasoning and just keep sprinkling it over until it's nice and even. I pat it in. It doesn't actually say this in Sarah's recipe. Chicken. Then you just flip it and season the other side. Season to the chicken, I just grab a medium-sized pan on a medium heat with some oil, and I put them in to cook. It should only take a few minutes on either side. Once I have cooked those and taken them off to cool a bit, I grab all my salady things from the fridge. So I just have an organic salad mix. That was towards the end of the week, so there was a few not so great leaves in there, so I just picked those out. I put some capsicum in there. I like all the different colours of capsicum. I know that some people only like red capsicum, but I like all the colours, and I find that they all have different micronutrients to them, so I try and eat all of them. I have some tomatoes and some carrot, and then I have a whole half of an avocado. I love avocado, and I find that because it's a healthy fat, it keeps me fuller for longer, and it's just nice to have a different texture in your salad. Sometimes I will mush it and then massage it through the leaves so that it activates them a bit better and makes them easier to digest. But today I just felt like having it in cubes, so I left it as it was. It was like a bit sealed on the top, so it took a little bit for me to like get the skin off. I find that some avocados are so easy to like get out and others are not. Then I just grabbed my board again, put the cooked chicken that has like cooled a little bit so I can actually like touch it. Put that onto the board. You can either put them like individually or on top of each other. I was just being a bit lazy and wanted to do it all at once. So I just lay them all on top of each other and grab my knife and cut them all up. You can possibly shred it a little bit, which mine ended up like that because I was cutting against the grain, so it kind of like pulled the chicken apart anyway, as you can see. So it just depends how you want it. If you want it more perfect, then maybe do it individually. But at this point I was very hungry and I was just cutting it however it cut and then chucked it on because I just wanted food now. So I just cut that up very I didn't really look what I was cutting, to be honest, so it just looks very miscellaneous, but that's alright. It was just being eaten anyway. It's not an aesthetic lunch, let's just say that. Then I put all of it onto the top. Generally I would put it to a side, but there was so much chicken. It was a whole chicken breast, so I just kind of piled it on top. And that's the general portion size. I do have quite large portion sizes because I'm very hungry, and if I have a lot of this then I won't have as many snacks or anything, so I'd prefer to have a bigger salad than lots of snacks. Then I just put this organic creamy avocado dressing on top. And here's the final product. For my dinner, I made a creamy garlic spaghetti. This was vegan and I've never had anything vegan before, so it was very different. I don't think I will make this again, but it was quite nice at the time. So I just mixed one block of silken tofu, in a blender. We didn't actually have like a Vitamix or anything, so I just put it in a smoothie blender and it worked just fine. So I just got this one from Woolworths. It was bigger than like what was recommended, but only by 50 grams. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna chuck it in and see what happens, and it was fine. So it's just pretty much one block of really soft tofu, and yeah, I just chucked it in. Then it's 1 cup of coconut milk. I've never actually had coconut milk in anything before, so I kind of expected it to be really like milky, almost like really easy to stir, but it was more like a cream, and I was like, I don't know if I bought the right thing, if this was actually coconut milk or I accidentally bought coconut cream, but whatever. I just put 1 cup of that in after I'd stirred it, so it like made it more pourable, I guess. I was going to pour it over the counter, but then I thought better of it because I knew that I would spill it everywhere, and I went and poured it over the sink because I didn't want to clean it up. And then next I added in a vegan stock cube. I just used a vegetable stock because I've never really used one before, so I was like, whatever, I'll just use anything that I found. I just got this one in my health food store, so I'm sure you could get it pretty much anywhere. Then 3 cloves of garlic went into this. I would highly recommend just doing like 1.5 or 2. You do not need 3. It was way too strong with 3, and yeah, I could not handle it. Then we put in some lemon juice. I didn't actually buy a proper lemon because I knew that I wouldn't use it all, and they were much more expensive, so I just got the lemon juice bottle, and it's supposed to be 1 full lemon that you put into here, and I had no idea what that was, so I googled for ages trying to find how many mils were in 1 lemon. Turns out it's 2 tablespoons and a little bit. So then after putting all of the stuff in the smoothie maker, I just put it on and blitzed it. It all got stuck at the top, of course, as it always does. So there was a lot of shaking and a lot of blitzing.
So as you saw, I just made my dinner. It's a like creamy garlic pasta, but it's vegan. So I don't know how I'm gonna go with this. I actually haven't eaten any vegan meals before. So this is gonna be a little bit different for me. I just finished it. I've just sat down, and this is what the final product looks like. It actually doesn't look too bad. I'm using gluten-free pasta because I am now trying to go wheat-free because my sensitivity results came back from my naturopath, and it said that wheat is not great for me. It's probably the #1 thing that I'm quite highly sensitive to. So I'm trying to go off wheat, which is kind of difficult for me because I love pasta and I love pizza. So it's going to be a bit of a change, but we'll see how I go. So I'm going to dig into this and see what I think. Surprisingly, super nice. It's very garlicky. There's 3 cloves of garlic in this. I think you could almost cut it down to 2. You probably don't need the 3rd. It's like bordering on overpowering with the garlic, but still very nice. So we'll see if I can get through this whole bowl. It's actually not that big of a serve at all, but that's okay. I'm just doing what I can, and yeah, we'll see how I go. I'm just coming on here to end this video because I actually fully forgot to end it. I didn't even think about it at the time. My day got kind of busy after that, so here I am. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and it was so different from my normal vlogs. I really enjoyed making all the food and trying different recipes. I'm not a big vegan eater. I'm probably not going to make that pasta again. It was not very nice. I think at the time, like the first taste, it was fantastic, but then as I like kept eating, I was like, maybe not. But we try different recipes, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but it was just nice to try something different. And I think I will try some different recipes, probably not from the same like recipe, like from the same person who made this one, but I will keep trying different vegan recipes because I like having no meat sometimes. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. So I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.